If you're an insect, there are predators you can see coming. Spiders sit in webs. Birds swoop from above. You have a chance. Maybe not a good chance, but still a chance. And then there are mantises. You don't see them. You can't dodge them. And by the time you realize you're in danger, you're already dead. Let me explain why praying mantises are one of the most terrifying hunters in the insect world. Let's start with the basics. Praying mantises are ambush predators. They wait completely still, sometimes for hours. They are camouflaged against leaves, branches, and flowers. When prey gets close enough, they strike. The strike itself takes 30 to 50 milliseconds. For reference, it takes you about 250 milliseconds to blink. The mantis strikes 5 times faster than you can blink. You are not dodging that. Physically impossible. Your nervous system can't process information that fast. By the time your brain registers movement, the mantis already has you. Here is what makes that strike so effective. Mantises use a ballistic attack. Once the strike starts, it can't be stopped or adjusted. It is all or nothing. That sounds like a weakness, but it is not. A mantis can rotate its head 180 degrees. It is the only insect that can turn its head like that. So it watches you, locks onto you, and calculates the distance. And when you are in range, it does not just lunge forward. The front legs snap out with enough force to impale you. Those legs have rows of spines, sharp, backward-facing. When they close around you, you are in big danger. And then it starts to consume you while you are still alive. Mantises do not kill their prey first. They start feasting, usually with the head. And the worst part is that you are alive for most of it. Escape is impossible because the grip is just too strong. If that is not terrifying, I do not know what is. Now let's talk about what mantises actually hunt. The answer is everything. Mantises are generalist predators, which means if it moves and it's not too big, it's food. But they don't stop there. Mantises eat spiders. They are apex predators in their own right, and mantises just grab them and eat them. They also eat other mantises. Cannibalism is common, especially among females. And here is the thing people don't realize. Mantises eat things bigger than themselves. A mantis will attack prey twice its size, sometimes 3 times its size. There are documented cases of mantises killing and eating small frogs, lizards, and hummingbirds. A 6-inch mantis taking down a hummingbird. Let that sink in. It's absolutely crazy. But do you know what is even more crazy? Sexual cannibalism. The female eats the male during mating or after, sometimes before if he approaches the wrong way, just as she feels like it. It does not happen every time, but it happens often enough that male mantises have evolved strategies to avoid it. Some males approach from behind. Some wait until the female is eating something else, then mate while she is distracted. Some literally jump off her back the second mating is done and run. Even with all that, plenty of males still get eaten. The female may bite off his head. Here is the disturbing part. The male keeps mating without a head because the mating reflex is controlled by nerves in the abdomen, not the brain. The female gets nutrients from eating him, and the male still completes mating. Evolution treated that as an acceptable trade-off, brutal efficiency, even though it is completely absurd. But let's not forget their anatomy that makes them so effective hunters. Those front legs are not just for grabbing, they're engineered killing tools. The femur, the upper part of the leg, has a groove lined with spines. The tibia, the lower part, folds into that groove like a blade closing. When the mantis strikes, the tibia snaps shut against the femur, and whatever is between them gets impaled on both sides. Worse, those spines are serrated, jagged, and angled backward. When prey struggles, the spines do not slip. They dig even deeper. The harder the prey fights, the worse it gets. The mantis can hold that position indefinitely. The leg structure is so efficient that the mantis barely exerts energy to keep its prey pinned. You use all your strength to escape. It uses almost none to hold you. And then there is the head. That triangular head can swivel 180 degrees. Mantises have compound eyes, but they also have something most insects do not: stereoscopic vision. They can judge distance and three-dimensional space. When a mantis looks at you, it is not just detecting motion. It is calculating how far away you are, how fast you are moving, and where you will be in the next fraction of a second. That is why the strike is so accurate. It is not random, it is geometry. The mantis sees you in three-dimensional space, processes your position, and strikes exactly where you are going to be, not where you are. That level of precision is rare in the insect world. Most insects react to movement. Mantises predict it. And here's the thing that makes mantises different from other predators. They're not specialized. Dragonflies are aerial hunters, amazing in the air, useless on the ground. Spiders rely on webs or specific tactics. Ants rely on numbers. But mantises? They're generalists. They hunt everywhere. On branches, on flowers, on the ground, and even in the air, some species can fly and snatch prey mid-flight. They adapt. If you are in a tree, the mantis climbs. If you're on a flower, the mantis looks like a flower. If you are on the ground, the mantis hunts there. There is no safe zone, no environment where mantises cannot reach you. That is absolutely terrifying. As if that was not enough, they are incredibly smart for insect standards. They can learn. Studies show mantises can gauge distance with depth perception. They use their two eyes together to calculate how far away prey is. That is exceptionally rare in insects. Most rely on motion or chemical cues. Mantises actually see in three dimensions. They judge distance and adjust their strike accordingly. That is why they almost never miss. It is not luck, it is calculation. So, why are insects ultimately terrified of mantises? Because you cannot see them until it is too late. Because they are faster than your ability to react. Because once they grab you, there is no escape. Because they eat you alive, starting with your head. Because size does not protect you. Venom does not protect you. Speed does not protect you. Nothing does. A mantis does not care if you are a fly, a beetle, a spider, or another mantis. If you are food, you are food. And they are patient enough to wait all day for the perfect moment to strike. That is why every insect is terrified of praying mantises. But here's the thing about solo predators like mantises. No matter how deadly they are, they hunt alone. There's another kind of terror in the insect world, not from a single hunter, but from 20 million of them. When they march through a forest, nothing hides, nothing escapes, and even elephants run. If you want to see what happens when it's not about stealth or precision, but about pure, unstoppable force, check out my latest video right here.